Okay, so I'm doing a little test with the RVT stuff turned on and off. At the moment I have the RTV active for the road spline, and you can see there's a slight difference in the texture there between that and the terrain. That's fine. I seem to be getting, like, depending on where I look, anywhere between 60 something and nearly 80 frames roughly. A weird thing that I have noticed is that when I'm looking around, I know there's changes in foliage and tri-counts and stuff like that, but I have this persistent thing where if you watch the primitives drawn, it goes up really high when I'm looking down at the ground here, which shouldn't really be the thing. If I turn around, it drops. Like, it's a drastic difference, as you can see. I haven't been able to pinpoint it, but I do know that it's in an area in the square west of my position here, and then once I've passed through that square it seems to disappear. So I don't know what on earth that is, but it's certainly having some effect on this count. I'm just going to run up here quickly. So I'm in a bit more of a different zone, and again we're getting the same. Every time I look in that westerly direction I get this huge spike in primitives, and I have no idea what there is. There's nothing under there. Anyway, so this is with the RVT not writing, I think, not sampling the landscape, so I've only got it making an RVT and then using it to apply to the road so that the road looks nice and blended in as it does. I haven't quite got the settings up to flat out for it, so it is slightly blurrier, but you know, I'm not really that fussed about it. So I'm now going to hook up, before I do that, so this was the whole thing. You can see, I know it's not really a super issue, but you know, the shader complexity, and I found out to get the shader complexity down I can apply the reading of the virtual texture to the terrain, and there's going to be some hitches every now and then apparently, and I haven't really noticed it, to be honest. And then the complexity drops drastically. You can see now my road is actually more complex than the terrain. So I'm going to go back in again now that I'm riding to the terrain as well. Continue. Now you'll notice that my frame rate's hovering around about the 50 mark at the moment. For those who are going Pi, a good idea is to minimize the window, and you'll get at least 10 frames back. So this is with the RVT running to the text to the terrain. You can see it's gone slightly. It's lost some blur, some crispness to it because I haven't got the RVTs cranked up to the flat out level. The road basically completely blends in now. It's invisible. And I've still got my 60 to 70. I'm popping 80 every now and then, so I've basically got the same frame rate. Still getting this weird, huge. I even went up to 13 million primitives at one point, but only in that direction. So there you go. Writing the virtual texture to the actual landscape material does remove some of the really sharp quality and detail. I'm sure if I cranked it up to 12, it would it will pop back up again. In fact, I might even try to do that right now. See what happens. So, whoops. So as you can see here, my road is not showing up at all. It's completely blended in. So let's go to these. So I'm going to crank this up to 12. And there we go. It's going to be super sharp. Let's see what happens. Might close. Play again. Oh, hit the wrong button. Meant to do that. Yeah, still getting those massive spikes, which are, I mean, it's only the start, but still getting my good frame rate. Still getting my 60 to 70 frames. It's not, oh, I just popped 80 then, but it's basically the same, but look, textures are fucking Mickey Mouse. So, there you go, I've cranked that right up. You will notice in the graph that I'm running that it will hitch now and then. I believe that's when it's redoing the VT, I'm not sure, or re-render, there you go, there's one. So I'm not sure if that's just because the virtual texture is re-rendering or not, I don't know. Still getting this huge spike. Yeah, it's somewhere towards this west, but anyway, I don't know what that is, because if I can stand in a patch like here, and look down a bit. And it's drastically different. Anyway, there you go. So there's the difference between writing to the landscape and not writing to the landscape. See what you think of that.